It's a battle against waist-deep water and a flood of worry for a local family and their farm.
How frustrated are you?
I'm beyond frustrated, and we're here in September and rain is coming again.
The family says a brand new development pushed millions of gallons of water right onto their farm.
Now, this is happening in the town of Hubbard in Marion County, and they turn to our Dan Tilken for help. They think the people who are supposed to be watching out for them, Dan, dropped the ball here?
They have complained to the city of Hubbard, which approved the development plans. We'll show you why the city says it's not their fault, leaving this family flooded and frustrated. Not far off Highway 99 in Hubbard, in the shadow of the water tower, there's a house that stood for more than a century. It was built way back when by the country doctor. From drone video given to us, you can see the modern world has grown up around the farm, now owned by Jeff Stewart and his family. So this was all underwater?
This was all underwater. We're about 3 feet deep right here.
Stewart says the rush of winter water came from this new storage facility at the northern edge of his property.
This is the source of everything. This is the outlet from the detention pond.
He says it kept rising into his barn.
The water level basically was right at the bottom here.
That's knee high.
Knee high here in the barn. If it had raised another foot or so, it would have been at the house.
The city of Hubbard loaned Stewart a pump, and he got emergency permission from ODOT to pump water day after day into a ditch along the highway. Somewhere around 3 million gallons. Stewart says he asked the city of Hubbard to require the developer redesign their stormwater drainage system because he says it clearly wasn't designed to handle the necessary amount of water. But the response he got from the city made his blood boil. It reads, "We understand that your property experienced significant flooding last winter and spring, which leads you to believe, as a layperson, your words, that the design did not have adequate capacity to carry necessary flow. However, the engineer for the development designed and the city engineer reviewed the plans. They concluded the development met the design standard in question. Neither you nor city staff have the requisite expertise to contradict this conclusion." When you tell them, hey, this is not designed to carry the necessary amount of water, they tell you, too bad, you're not an engineer, you don't know what you're talking about.
Right, and it's been so infuriating. I mean, we've spent 9 months not knowing whether to laugh or cry about this because it's just laughable, the answers that we get from the people that are obviously trying to protect themselves.
Hi, Mayor. This is Dan Tilken with Channel 6 News calling again. Going about a week now trying to get a hold of you. I tried reaching the mayor, then went to Hubbard City Hall and talked to an employee. I'm in a tough spot because nobody calls me back. I know. And my job is to get answers for people that are kind of on the short end of things. She called the city attorney who released this statement saying the city is sympathetic and is working to see if there is another way to divert stormwater away from the Stewart's property. But the city says it had no legal authority to halt the development. And bottom line is that we experienced record rainfalls, and the city believes the Stewart's property would have flooded last year regardless of whether their neighbor's property was developed. Well, Jeff Stewart doesn't believe it and wants others to know.
Out of frustration, not wanting to go to a lawsuit, just trying to find a way to get the story out so people are aware of what's going on. You might be surprised to learn that he's not upset with the developer or the engineer. They have told him, and they actually both told me, they're working on a new plan to try to divert that water into the ODOT ditch if ODOT will give them the permission to do that. They're keeping their fingers crossed. I also finally yesterday got a statement from the mayor. She tells me she's frustrated with her own city in the process and all this.
Well, yeah, I'm just struck at how rude their response was.
Well, you know, there's a bureaucracy here. There's legal stuff going on here because they may be forced to file a lawsuit.
Well, and I'm interested too if that family has to just sit and wait and see maybe how much rain we get this year, and if it's not as much as last year, will it flood?
In 2012, they got almost as much rain as they did last year, and it didn't flood.
Interesting. Well,
Okay,
I know you'll
Dan.
keep us updated.
Thank you.
Yeah, all right.